Hey, hello everyone. Okay, so I'm going to make just a quick wrap up here from all the lessons from this so we can take the test, right? So I'm making this video just for you. So on grammar A, number 1, we're talking about questions formation. Question formation is basically everything that's what would you, where would you go, what do you do? It's about the order of the words. What comes first? The question, the auxiliary, which one comes first? So that's why do you come? I should go. And if it's a question, of course, you just change. So for every question, basically, you put the auxiliary verbs in the front, right? Okay. Now, 1B, we're talking about the auxiliary verbs. The auxiliary verbs, what are the auxiliary verbs? Just a quick review. What? Auxiliary verbs. Can, could, do, did, shall, will for the future, would, should. All these auxiliary verbs, they, of course, they help asking the question. Because all the sentence, if it's a question, they need a friend. And this friend are called auxiliary verbs. Done. Now, 2A, present perfect. Then here, actually, I was explaining, and here we have past, here we have present, and here we have the future. Now, the present perfect, past is past, present is present, and future is future. All right, so the present perfect, basically, it's something I call it as the therapist. So the therapist, basically, it's something that you have been carrying for all your life. That started in the past and continues to the present. Oh, because I have been punished by my mother since I was. So usually you was with since or with for. So I have been studying for 5 years and I still can't speak English. I have lived with my parents for 20 years now. Basically, everything that relates to your past and again to the present, I call the therapist. Okay, so I don't call present perfect or present perfect continuous. I call the therapist because, you know, it's more friendly. Otherwise, it's like, oh my God, present perfect. Oh, this is so difficult. This is so complicated. No. And the continuous I have is something that, again, the therapist, but still continues. So, for example, I go to the supermarket. Yeah, I go. After class, I go to the supermarket. I'm going to the supermarket is the continuous because it's something that is happening or in a very short future. Oh, I'm going to the supermarket right after class. The same situation happens with the continual, but in the past. So, I have been living with my parents for a long, long time. I have been studying grammar since I was. Okay, it's not a big deal. That's it. Now, adjectives as nouns. All right, this one over here. So here, basically, you just change the words, the place, the order of the words. In Italian, I think you do the opposite. It's only in English that we do reverse. So, example. The shoes, yeah? So, shoes. Old shoes. Now, dirty old shoes, then it's a disaster. Because shoes, great. Now, old shoes is already bad. Now, dirty old shoes is terrible.
Okay, and dirty is...
the opposite of clean.
Sì, but it's before old.
Yes. Also, because if you really pay attention to that, the sound, if you say old dirty shoes,
it's not good sound. Dirty old shoes. beach, sandy and long. Number 5.
Long sandy beach.
Sandy is
Sand. When you go to the beach, you have the water and the sand.
Yes.
So sandy is just the yes.
Okay.
Like beautiful, beautifully. Then beautifully is an adjective.
Okay, yes. Something before. Okay.
Next. Now, past simple. We arrived at the airport and we checked in. Started in the past, finished in the past. That's it. Now, past continuous. We were having dinner when the telephone rang.
Okay.
Wow. So it's a situation, and then in that moment of that situation, something else happened. Okay. Now, past perfect. When we arrived at the airport, we suddenly realized that we had left one of the suitcases in the taxi. That already happened, and this is definitely a disaster.
We left our ticket in the bus when we went to our honeymoon. Yes, my husband. Yes, did it.
The flight ticket?
Yes, but fortunately I had a copy of everything. I have a big, I can say,
Folder? Folder?
Folder, yes, with everything.
You are the best. You are the
I
best.
have a copy of everything. Yes.
Oh my god. Wow. And then the past perfect continuous. I had been flying for 2 hours when suddenly the captain told us to fasten the seatbelts because we were flying into some very bad weather.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, similar to when I was on the ship and the captain gave us a call and said, "Crew, attention please. We had a big problem, so get your feet up because we don't know what's going to happen." Yeah. Now, position of the adverbs and adverbial phrases. Then that comes slowly, fluently, seriously, always, never, yesterday, half an hour, nearly, incredibly. It's just the super, just to make some more flowers, or in other words, if you want to say that, some drama.
Okay.
I like to call this one drama. Soon it will be Christmas. Yeah, that will be Christmas. But for a rational person, yeah, it will be Christmas. Now, when you say soon it will be Christmas, it's a little bit of drama, right?
Okay.
Unfortunately, fluently, usually. Now, 4. Future perfect and future continuous. Again, continuous is always ing. Continuous is always ing. Always. Now, the future, the rain will have stopped by this afternoon. Actually, this one also you can call not only a coach, that is something that will happen, but also you can call that what's the name of those? It's not a magicians, but you know when you have the crystal ball. The crystal ball is like something that you imagine for the future, a wizard.
Yes.
Something like that. So the rain will have stopped.
Future perfect. Okay.
Giacomo won't have arrived before the end of this class.
Okay.
Yeah, so you just is like how do you say that? Premonitize,
Sì.
something like that.
Non premonire, aspetta.
Yeah.
Tipo una...
Yeah, well, you are a wizard. Anyway, you are the wizard. I will be waiting for you. Yes. When you come home, I will be only.
Make for you.
I will be totally available for you. I will be. Yeah, this is a promise. This is the wizard. This is the future perfect. That is so perfect that doesn't exist. This is again the wizard. Yeah. Okay. Now, 4B. Zero and first conditionals, future time clauses. Hey, what is that? This one is when you put two situations together with different verb tenses. For example, you need to do some exercise every day if you want. So you needed, you needed to do, but there is a clause, there is an if. If you want to have the perfect man, you're going to be frustrated. Because, you see, again, so if you think too much about the grammar, you can't make any sentence.
Mm-hmm.
But when you bring that to the funny side, that makes you remember more. Now, if people are wearing headphones in the street, they often don't notice other people. It's something obvious.
Yes.
It's just obvious situations of life that they decide to put a name and call that zero and first conditions. And then you go to the test and you freak out because you go like, oh my god, what is the first conditional? I don't know. No. It's just read and make an interpretation of the sentence. Now, if I ask you in even in Italian, do you know the grammar of how do you call in Italian? Io ho avuto bisogno.
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I have no idea what I'm saying. Not really. I have no idea what I'm saying. Io ho avuto bisogno di cioccolata, però non potrei comprare perché il supermercato è chiuso.
Non ho potuto comprare.
Okay. Now, what is the grammar name for this sentence? How do you classify this sentence?
Allora.
Present perfect, present what?
Ah, ok. No, you should say io avrei avuto bisogno di cioccolata, ma you make a little mistake, but the beginning was...
Okay, but how do you call the grammar of this sentence?
It's conditional, but not like the conditional in this... It's more...
Hai avuto mangiare cioccolata ma il negozio era chiuso, giusto?
Sì, è un
Hai
condizionale.
avuto un condizionale passato.
Modal sentence. Yeah, with there is a condition, but there is not a correct...
But is that past? Is it present? Is it future? What?
It's
In the
past.
But the supermarket is closed, which is present.
Avrei comprato la cioccolata ma il supermercato è chiuso.
No, io avrei avuto bisogno di cioccolata, ma...
Quindi in the past avrei avuto bisogno della cioccolata ma il supermercato
Now,
era
do you see that even in your own language you make confusion with this? Okay.
But I never studied the French grammar. I speak perfectly. I lived in France, but I didn't need to study all grammar. In fact.
Okay. Now, what is the first conditional? If the photos are good, I will send them to you. Again, if you 4B. First conditional is the second part. Okay, so if you're not going to the party, I'm not going to go either. Guys, again, it's just about putting the sentence in the way you think. Don't think too much. But the way you want to speak, this is the way you write.
Ok.
There is no magic. It's not a big wow. You know that there is one writer that says that the best writers in the world, they never read another great writer's book.
Oops. So I'm fucked in this moment.
Why?
Because I read a lot of greatest writers.
Now, can I tell you something that is very complicated for me?
Yes.
Very, very, I don't know how I'm going to do with this when people start asking me this question. And this question will come. Because I write very well. Don't ask me how. I don't know. I just write. The way I speak to you, this is the way I write. Okay? Now, the point is, I never
Read the book.
Study grammar.
grammar, no. No, I never read a literature book.
Yeah?
Never.
Oh.
I never read any romance, any thriller, any terror, any comics, any literature. I never read a book.
Why? You don't like them?
I don't know if I don't like or if I do. I don't know.
Maybe because
The thing is because the only books I read are about personal development. It's technical, kind of technical. It's not just, it's stories. No. Never.
Because you need them to be focused.
Yes, because I am focused on something and all this, the way I write, it came, I don't know,
When you
maybe
went to
automatically.
school,
Huh?
What when you went to school?
But
Didn't you
you-
read Pride and Prejudice or Little Women?
You haven't.
In school, that was more than 20 years ago.
But
So you had some books, yes, to read, but maybe not more than 10. But then I was like 10, 12 years old.
Yes.
I can't remember.
you haven't literature in high school.
Yes, I did when I was 10, 12. Yes, but that's the point. Because I don't like this style.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I was like copying my friends.
It's a technique.
Yeah, it's a technique, you see.
But until 10
So continuing here, if the photos are good, I will send them to you. If I pass the test, I will reward myself with a chocolate cake. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, future time clauses. I will be ready as soon as I've had a cup of coffee. Send me a message when your train's coming to the station. You see, again, it's normal sentences. If you have to really think, oh my God, you get nervous. Next, unreal conditions. Conditionals. Second condition and third condition. Oh my God. Oh God. If there was a fire in this hotel, it would be very difficult to escape. So you work with hypotheses. If you meet a great guy on Tinder now, what will happen?
Sex.
No.
Are you recording? Okay, she's recording.
Okay. No, but I'm recording myself, not you.
Ah,
So it's the camera is here. No sex. So if you meet a guy on Tinder in these days, what will happen? You will lose focus.
Yeah.
That was what I had in my mind. But then you went to another street.
But not if your focus is sex.
Well, yeah, true. if I were you.
Okay, but if you want
But I'm not you, so.
sex.
Yes. Oh, good. All right. Third conditional. If plus past perfect, which is the therapist. Or would plus would have plus past perfect. Oh, God. If they had found the river sooner, they would all have survived. If you had found a Tinder guy, which would be your prince, the frog that turns into prince. Okay. If you had found the frog,
I would have a good sex every day.
I would have good sex every day. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
Yes.
He would have died if he hadn't been wearing a helmet. Okay. I would have had sex if he had been more romantic.
Oh.
In this case, I worked. I prefer to work. Yeah. Focus.
So it's better that he is not romantic. He wasn't not romantic.
Say again?
No. If you want to focus on your work, it's better that the men are not romantic, because then you fell in love.
Because then I fall in love. Yes.
So
I prefer no.
only adventure with sex. No.
Let's see that at this point. No, I want something. I'm tired of just something
Sorry.
casual.
Oh, I see.
It's been 11 years. I'm single, so.
No, I understand. I totally agree. Because I knew too I'm tired, but my hormone sway, so I can't escape from this law.
I can't escape from this law. The law of attraction.
No, but I should say that when I don't eat it